Yo, home hearties, and welcome to episode 129. And here's a fun little fact. This is my second attempt at recording. For some reason, when I did the mic test, the microphone was working. And then when I started recording, it just stopped. So there's the, 10 minutes of rambling that I was doing, just gone. Entirely gone. I'm not mad about it at all. Oh well though, no point sitting on it, so let's do the one thing that we always do at the start of every episode. Dave's Newspaper Incorporated. Am I getting, faster at saying that? It's I've slowly been trying to say it even faster, so it's it went from Dave's Newspaper Incorporated to Dave's Newspaper Incorporated. Anyway though, last episode, the project is built up high into the sky, and the once smooth gradient now faces problems on its larger scale. That is true. We're talking about this gradient, by the way. Yes, this wonderful smooth transition from green to light grey, and it doesn't work up there. The deep slate and basalt and everything, that is completely fine. I can't tell the difference from down here. It's this bit, right where the black meets the grey. It's a really huge problem that I don't have a solution for. However, it is also not our main concern this episode. This is actually our main concern. This massive open space right behind me. Because basically, right here, I am going to need a huge field of moss. Literally huge. It is going to go from over there all the way over to here, and it's going to be fairly square as well. So basically, imagine this large area here just filled in with moss. It is going to be a lot of moss. Do I have an estimate? No. My best guess is a lot. Okay, right, don't click off. That made it sound really boring. I'm gonna do a whoosh transition. That whoosh transition. And I didn't just get moss there. I actually decided to do a full harvest, which is very rare. Normally I just get the melons and the pumpkins, but no, I did a full harvest. Everything harvested, apart from the cocoa beans, because there's nothing to actually do with them. And oh boy, did we get a lot. Look at all of this. Oh, hello my wonderful voluntary workers, I have stuff for you. There we go, 2 stacks and 17 emeralds. So, I want to buy some stuff. Mainly quartz. In fact, it's basically all quartz. But I'm also going to buy some golden carrots because, come on guys, healthy eating is important. So, the reason I wanted to buy some more quartz is basically because this Colosseum, it's been a bit neglected recently. We have kind of neglected the Colosseum. So, that's the wrong chest. This is the right chest. So, we've neglected the Colosseum for a bit, and I basically want to just make additions right now. It's going to be very small additions because we still don't... Where is the correct chest? It's going to be very small additions because, even though I've got almost an entire inventory of quartz, it's that's really not much when it comes to this. And I'm also going to tear down the progress that's already done. So, the current top layer of this wall basically all needs to go because I want to redo it. So, in my hotbar, I now have quartz, and it is split with 1/3 of that quartz being quartz bricks, and the other third being blocks of quartz. And then I'm basically just going to stand here and just continue scrolling and just place blocks. There we go. Additions. They are done. And the wall is quite a bit taller now. And I still have problems with it. I still feel like there's too much brick in places. I am not fixing it. I am not going to continue to work on that today. That is the end of working on that today. For now, what I want to do is fill in the moss here, and I don't think I have anywhere near enough. In fact, no, I'm not thinking. I am sure that I don't have anywhere near enough to fill in this absolutely huge area. Basically, imagine a square starting from that corner over there, and then coming probably over there, maybe? That's how much moss that I need. Yeah, I am going to need a lot of moss for that, and I want to work on it today. Let's do that now. Okay, we're done. The field is entirely filled in. Well, not entirely. It is going to be ever so slightly bigger than this around the edges. But for now, we have a huge open square. And we're not going to build on it for like a month. You just gotta be prepared and stuff, you know? So yeah, this huge field is now filled in. And this is going to be where the temple goes eventually at some point. And I've run into another problem now, which I've known about and I've been dreading. This border right here. And what I mean by that is the border in between the artificial world that we have just completely built and the actual terrain. Basically, somehow I'm going to need to get the terrain from up here down to there smoothly. That is not an easy thing to do, because the other problem is this also isn't made of the same material. Down there it's grass, up here it's moss. How do I do a smooth transition from moss to grass? The other option is what we've already done. These cliffs around the whole edge of the base here, like look, we've got cliffs here, we've got cliffs here, and they're coming around the side here as well. These cliffs are what has connected the ground up there to the ground down here. But the problem is, we've hit a point where it wouldn't be correct anymore. This huge project here, it would not be correct if it just came down and then there was a cliff that just like went down onto the ground here. It just wouldn't look right. Also, please ignore the huge unintentional mob farm here. I just dropped my sword. Where did that go? Wait, where did that go? I just dropped my sword. Where did my sword go? Okay, it was in my inventory, that was a weird glitch, and oh my god, I nearly had a heart attack. Oh, what? I didn't look at you. Yeah, Knight basically decided to clear all of the trees under here for no reason. I didn't ask them to do that, they just did. So yeah, I have to work out how to make it so that this slope here, that is fairly steep, and then comes down and goes kind of smooth, and then goes down there, all while making sure that this field remains flat. So it is a huge problem that I am going to have to try and find a solution to over the next few days, or weeks. So the other thing is I want this quarter to be done by the end of today, and luckily Knight did actually organise all of this. So in, what chest is it? This one. Here are all of the materials in this gradient in order. And for those of you wondering how I'm going to do the black to grey still, I don't know. That is another problem to add to the huge list of stuff I need to sort out. So yeah, I guess we should show rather than tell. So let's finally finish this wonderful little quarter. Okay, so the first quarter's done. Oh no. Absolutely nothing else happened. Just my levels seem to have mysteriously disappeared. Must have been a very odd glitch. So that is the first quarter. And yes, it has a flat top. I am aware, and it's not designed to be pointy. However, we are not done for today. There is one more thing that I really want to get done today. Well, no, there's two things, but I'm gonna pick one, and I'm gonna complete that, and then the other one will be done next episode. And the thing I am picking is a little slope here, basically. Just like the one here, essentially. So, what I'm going to do on the opposite side of the... Whoa, okay. You guys really live up to your name, don't you? So yeah, basically, on the opposite side of the entrance to the Colosseum, because believe it or not, this is where the entrance will be. So, on the opposite side, I basically want another sort of ramp or slope going up there, and that will basically lead to the temple. So this is kind of like landmark alley, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to make another path. It might be ever so slightly thinner than this, and it's basically just going to go up there, and I want that done by today. So let's do that. So there we go, that's done. And way quicker than I ever expected it to be. So, there's one more thing that I want to do, and it is plan out how I am going to connect the moss to the ground down here. It's going to be a really big problem, and the house should be fine. Because that house is used as storage, so there's a storage room under there. The house should be fine, but I think I'm going to need to start a slope, probably from down there all the way up to here, and it's going to be a lot, like, seriously a lot. Because whilst I am completely fine with how this looks, I know that it's going to need to extend all the way around here. Because I can't just have the slope come down and then do a cliff straight into the ground. Meaning, this slope that's going around here, it's going to need to go all the way around here. It may get close to that village. So, 1/2 of this whole project is going to need to be extended downwards as well. Because it's like, yeah, I could just do the slope from, like, this bit here down. That would be fine. But then what would happen at this bit? And all of the bits around it and past that. So basically, this entire half up until it gets out of view over there, it is going to need to have a slope down here. I am not sure how to do this. I think, right, I'm going to plan out a simple part of this, or I'm going to plan it out in multiple areas. So I'm going to do like one line coming from here all the way over there, and then a line over there, and going up there, and I'm basically going to plan it out in different areas, and then I'm just going to fill it in, like, over time, just as the episodes go by, I'm just going to fill in more and more of it. So basically, it will take a long time, but it will eventually get done. And it saves me working on it in one massive chunk. Okay, so here are the plans. Extremely oversimplified. I am going to have a lot of trouble actually making this landscape fit in. But all of these lines are basically a rough marking of where the moss should be going across these points. And this line, I think, is the worst. It definitely needs improvement, but again, it's rough markings. And yeah, it comes all the way round to this part, so at least 1/2 of this project is going to need connections to the ground. Because over here, I'm still going to need to find a way to connect it somehow. It's easier with this bit. This bit is way easier because there's cliffs around it. I can justify putting in a cliff, like those ones. It is just here where it doesn't make sense, because the thing is, once it gets over here, it's like, yeah, whatever that isn't really going to affect the landscape over here. However, right where the project ends, I can't exactly just do a sudden drop-off after a nice gradual slope. And the thing is, yeah, 3/4 of this whole project are basically going to be built. In fact, I might be able to cut it off at the 45-degree mark here. So, almost 3/4 is going to need to be built, but yeah, at least half. This is definitely the biggest project I've ever done. But I'm doing it all for you in this wonderful series. But yeah, so that is going to end this episode here. I am very tired. It is only the second day of recording, but just like, I have a life outside of YouTube. Although, granted, I don't step away from the computer much. It's like, I do have a life, so yeah, I'm very tired right now, so I am going to end the video, and then I'm going to edit it tomorrow, and then it will be uploaded for your wonderful eyes to see. But anyway, so thank you for watching this episode. I really hope you have enjoyed it. It feels like we haven't done much progress this episode, but like, we have. The field is huge progress, the top of the project is huge progress, and planning out that, I mean, it's not huge progress, but like, it will be. Oh yeah, and of course the Colosseum Wall. So yeah, that is going to end this episode here. I really hope you have enjoyed it. I am so happy with how this series is going right now, and I will hopefully see you in the next episode. Bye bye.